Dan RadioStyle. Hope everybody out there's having themselves a great day. 4 steps to manifesting love into your life. Now, for those of us that have had some challenges, maybe finding love, maybe it's been a long time since we've been in love or had love or experienced love, there's a couple things that I think a lot of us need to sort of take a step back for a moment from always trying to manifest this loving relationship. Take a step back, and if it's, been taking a while, let's take a look at a couple things. Let's see if maybe any of these things apply, such as maybe you're unconsciously shut down. And what that means is sometimes after being hurt, sometimes after we've been through painful relationships in the past, we actually kind of close off to love. It's too scary. We don't want to get hurt, right? There's that fear of being vulnerable, and in trying to avoid that fear, we shut ourselves off from it completely by not allowing it, right? So we cut ourselves off from love because of some sort of thing in the past. And we do it unconsciously most of the time. It's usually something we're not overtly aware of, but it's there in the background, kind of whispering in your ear, and you're like, yeah, it's probably not going to happen. Like you'll catch yourself saying little things every once in a while when you're trying to manifest love. And these sorts of things will pop up. That's where a lot of the times the contrasts or the blocks or the things that pop up, they're actually useful because they help us figure out what it is we've got to change, grow, help, heal, love, hug, whatever it is, right? Another thing that sometimes happens, we might have unfinished business. So if any of you out there are, maybe you've still got one foot in the past, you're still hanging on to an ex, you've still got that picture up in the wall, it's still someplace where you see it, you still think about them frequently, but yet you're still trying to find love in a new direction. Got to cut those ties. You got to let go of that. So sometimes when you've got that unfinished business still lingering around you in your aura, if you will, then you're also going to struggle to manifest love. And really the other thing that happens with people is you'll lose faith in the idea of finding your soulmate. You'll give up on the idea that I'm ever going to find love. Love's not out there. There's no way there's one perfect person for me or a specific person, or there's no way that my soulmate's out there. So I'll just settle for Mr. Okay or Mrs. Okay instead of actually really demanding that relationship we deserve, right? So these are things to think about. If you've been struggling with law of attraction and love, for sure, let's take a step back first, because this is the whole aspect of trying to find love, is trying to make sure we're not cutting ourselves off from love. You might be doing everything right with your manifesting, but you might have some other block with love in general that's prohibiting you from manifesting it. So it's not that the technique's not working, it's that you've got a filter or a block within you that's stopping the work, stopping the flow of the energy. So these 3 things: unconsciously shut down, unfinished business, you've lost faith. If you've been struggling with law of attraction for a period of time, let's take a quick look at these, okay? Now, as far as the steps to manifest love in your life, once you've kind of ironed out any problematic issues, maybe stuff from the past, right? You get that out of the way. Now we get on to the good stuff. And there's 4 key points here. Number 1, design your life partner. I've talked about this before, but really spend some time. One suggestion was to grab like 5 to 10 words, like adjectives, like unique, distinct adjectives that describe the person that you would like to be with. Like, what kind of qualities does this man or woman have for you, or have in general? You want to spend time trying to think about all the things that you need in a relationship from a personal level. Whether you're super conversive, so maybe you like to talk a lot, and so maybe that's going to have to be a very key part of the relationship, is someone that really enjoys dialoguing with you, that you guys can just talk for hours. We stayed up until the wee hours of the morning talking all night long, right? Like those kinds of things. You want them to be sensitive emotionally, maybe religious, maybe spiritual, maybe super tall, maybe big, giant, buff monster man, like whatever the case is. Try to think of all the different things that really matter to you on a personal level, for sure, as far as the relationship goes. What do you need to feel fulfilled in your relationship, to be happy? Especially if you've been through relationships in the past and you've learned a few things maybe along the way. Well, let's incorporate those lessons and let's really try to plan out. And you can do it through writing. It's a good technique. You can do spoken stuff. If you've got a way to record on your phone, You can do it that way if you're someone that just enjoys talking. Another fun thing that works too, if you're feeling creative, is you can get pictures and basically create kind of a collage of different aspects of people, like, certain traits that maybe are shown in a movie or a certain scene, or maybe just there's an elegance behind it, like whatever it might represent. But again, it's kind of that whole vision board concept, and really that whole process is just so powerful. Vision boards are an amazing way to try to manifest stuff. Just very powerful. So design your life partner. Super key. Very helpful. And if you do that, you're not just telling the universe, hey, here's the kind of person I'm looking for, which universe is like, thumbs up, thank you, good stuff, like that. But it also gets you focusing on those things. And that also helps create it. And then on top of that, it helps you get that belief built up inside our minds, that image in our minds that we can definitely get behind and believe. That's super powerful when we can do that. So again, designing your life partner really gets it going in that direction. Next, you want to learn how to connect with yourself. It might seem kind of weird, but there's a few ways that this comes into play. One, ultimately, if we're trying to attract a specific person, we need to be more of what that person is. Like if we're looking for more love, we need to be more love. But if we're looking to be in a relationship and be in a relationship with a specific person, or even with this person that you've just designed in step one, what is it that you need to be to fit into their lives? Start being that now, right? Like being this person that's already in this relationship, behaving that way. Part of this is making time for self-care. So it's in that too. It's like, are we taking care of ourselves? Are we eating healthy? Are we watching out for things? Are we, it's that whole concept of really learning how we tick, what governs us. A great thing is trying to find something in your life that will help you find more love, find more happiness in your life just day to day without the person, right? Just finding happiness. So maybe a hobby. Maybe there's something you enjoy doing. Maybe it's taking a walk. Maybe it's something that you enjoy doing that you can look forward to and really start to force a little bit of that into your life. Even if you're busy, make some room for something that is enjoyable, that's kind of a hobby, that actually brings you joy. And really, one of those things that kind of makes your soul sing, that's awesome. When we can do that, we create that vibe, that feeling. Again, we attract what we're vibrating outward, right? So we've got to kind of enhance that somehow. And you do that not by trying to get the person they'll make me happy when I have them. No, you need to be happy before they're going to come into your life. So we got to find that happiness. And also, sometimes it's a good time when we really look at ourselves and look inward and really try to get to know what makes us tick. We'll sometimes find some of our limiting beliefs, kind of some of the things that unconsciously being shut down sort of thing. But we'll have limiting beliefs, and it helps us find those. And sometimes you can challenge them. So whatever your limiting belief is, maybe I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm just not, I don't know if I'm smart enough for that job. Like, we'll say these things to ourselves in our head, and we'll just let it go. We don't even notice that we do it because we do it so often. Challenge those beliefs. Make an affirmation that's basically the opposite of it, except, don't use not. So in the case of I'm not smart enough, well, I am smart enough, or I'm no one's going to pick me because no one ever notices me. And it's like, I am definitely noticed. People like me. People see me. Like, it's an issue of being in touch with what it is that we keep failing with, right? This is one of the key ones, really, when we look inward, is figuring out what makes us tick. What do we need to move forward in life with a relationship? Like, what do we need in that relationship? What's holding me back right now? And am I doing something that I actually find pleasure in? Because again, if you have something, even if it's a half hour a day, an hour a day, you will find that you have a much better outlook on life in general when you've got something that you enjoy about your day. Huge difference. Number 3, let the universe know you are ready, because you've done all this work now. You've got all this groundwork laid. You've spelled out who you want, how you want it, and what they are. You've looked inward at yourself, You've identified some things. We've made some changes maybe. We've made some affirmations. We've come to terms. We know what we want in a relationship. Now it's time to let the universe know. So one way to do that is set a very clear intention. Basically say, and you just say universe. Universe, you can say it out loud. Say it to yourself in your head. Universe, I am finding my soulmate. I am open to finding my soulmate. I would like to find my soulmate. And I believe it's time for that to happen. When you can make kind of that acclamation or that acclaiming, if you will, or saying it to the universe, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm after. This is what I'm creating, because it's law of attraction, right? And put it out there and state it. Not to someone, to universe. This is between you and source, higher power, whatever. This is not about telling your friends, hey, guess what I'm doing? In fact, that's actually kind of going to hurt you more than help you. So say it to your higher self, universe, source. You can even say it to their higher self if it's a specific person you're after. You're like, you and I are going to be together, and I am ready to do that, and I am ready to be the man or woman that I'm need to be in our relationship, right? Like I'm prepared to be that person. So, set clear intentions. We want to affirm that belief in our soulmate. So if there's a particular person, maybe, if you got a specific someone, then we need to reaffirm that belief that this definitely can work out, that they definitely can choose you. If you're doubting all that, then again, this isn't going to go anywhere if we've got all these doubts. Step 2, we need to identify these places where we're worried. So again, if it's an issue of getting a specific person back, you need to keep massaging and reaffirming the fact that, yes, I can totally see us back together. This can definitely happen. There's no reason not to. If they got to forgive, if they got to forget, if it's just an issue of getting back together, maybe they got a schedule change, maybe they're going to move back into the city, or you're going to move to wherever, right? Somehow it's able to happen. This can happen. Harder things have happened. Stranger things have happened. People have pulled this off. It definitely can be done. So we need to affirm those beliefs. Now, again, if it's not a specific person, it's just love in general, then you've got to keep reminding yourself that this person's out there and your paths are going to cross. That's it. That's it. I mean, that's really the affirmation of it. This is what's going to happen. I am open to it. I'm ready for it. And this is awesome. The journey is beginning now, right? Then on top of that, if you can do a little, and this is one of the wonderful visualization techniques that have been taught all over the place, multisensory. Really try to imagine. This is where a lot of that imaginal work is going to happen in this step. You've already made the acclamation to the universe. You've also already affirmed that you believe this situation is valid, happening, and good to go. Now, we're going to imagine that scene with as much clarity as we possibly can. We're going to imagine ourselves past the point where we just meet this person, like we're in a relationship. That's one thing I think a lot of people forget, is they want to manifest the meeting. I want to meet, I want to have that first date. And that's where they focus on the first date. But really, if you focus well past the first date, you actually are really building the relationship. And the first date has to happen, because how else are you going to start dating, right? Like, how else is that going to occur? So see it further than that. Use it very multisensory. Again, if you could smell it, if you could see it, if you can taste it, if you can touch it, all that stuff. And try to make it as real as possible. Try to really build out, what is my life going to be like when I have this person in my life, or when I finally have love in my life? What is my life going to be like? How is it going to be different from maybe how it is right now? Imagine that. Imagine the way it's going to be, the different things. Maybe you coming home and groceries and planning on starting to cook, or maybe he's watching the kid. I don't know what your dream is, right? But imagine it with all of the complexities that you can, and it makes it such a beautiful story. So number 4, this is probably the most important part. I mean, they're all important. Once you've gotten through the first 3, this part is really critical. Trust and understand the process. This is a process. It will happen as quickly as it happens. It shouldn't really be the vision of it. It shouldn't be even part of this at all. Like, there should be no time frames. I don't like time frames. I know there's law of attraction things that teach that you can put time frames. If we're trying to attract love, I don't think that's necessarily a good idea. It's just, again, it starts to put doubts in your mind very quickly when you have a time frame, because when that day starts inching closer and you haven't seen any evidence, it starts to become very problematic. So this is a process. Trust in the process. Trust that love and you are coming together, period. It's happening when it's happening. It's just a journey. And it's a journey that you can actually enjoy if you look at it a little differently, which is every day something new happens. Every day you're one step closer. Every day things occur, signs, symbols, whatevers will happen. You'll see indications. And it's such a fun dance when we kind of just keep walking down. And it's like, yeah, I'm not there yet, but I see that. I mean, it's coming. It's there, you know. I'm on my way. So we've got to trust the process. And we really, truly have to be patient about this. Love is something that's supposed to last forever. If you got to wait a little while to find it, that's fine. That's okay. Don't be in a hurry to find this amazing, life-changing experience, this love, this person. When that relationship happens, you're on to that section of your life. And then from there, it's like, all right, well, now we got to manifest what we're doing together as a couple. So again, it's going to happen. Get yourself there, be patient, and allow it to unfold. So many people are in such a hurry. Done. Like, being in a hurry, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. I almost guarantee you're not going to be able to get there. It ruins the process. I've done videos on it. Again, try to enjoy this process as much as you can, and you will truly transform your energy. And that is part of this as well, because as you're going to love, as love and you are finding each other, you've got to keep your energy in a good place. Otherwise, you're not going to feel attractive to the person when you guys meet, right? You can't be walking up to them and being in a horrible mood or just hating life all the time and expect that this wonderful, loving person's going to show up in your life. You need to find ways to be happier, to make it better. And then you feel happier to the people that we're trying to be with. So again, what we send out is what comes back. How we're vibrating is what we attract more of. So if we have doubt, lack, and all these other things in our thought stream, if you will, then you're going to attract that kind of person that's, you know, going to cause doubt for you, is going to maybe be aloof. It's going to, right? It's because there's aspects within ourselves that aren't fulfilled, aren't happy, aren't covered. When you're happy and feeling good about it and just moving through life and enjoying, you know, at least parts of your day, if not the whole damn day, then you feel different and people notice you when you feel that way. You will light up a room when you walk in. That is the energy that is attracting this love of your life. So let's try to find ways to get ourselves to that place. Hopefully this makes sense. I know it's a very long-winded video, but I think this is key to trying to manifest love in our lives. It's noticing what we're doing to sabotage that, and then really making sure we've got a strong footing for what it is that we're trying to create. Makes a big difference. Appreciate each and every one of you. Please leave comments for any future shows that you would like to hear. I always love that as well. And also, if you can share some of your stories within the comments, because it also helps other people. So we always love that as well. Appreciate all you guys. If you can, thumbs up, likes, watches, subscribe, all that good stuff. And more great videos will be coming your way. It's Dan RadioStyle.